Okay, today we're going to do something a little different with the air fryer. We're going to make pepperoni and cheese appetizers. Now, this is a good way of, if you have ingredients that you made pizzas with and you have extra, we have a lot of extra because these pepperonis are so big. See, for every 4 of these size pepperonis, these are big. These are big sandwich size. These will, if you use 4 of those, that's 1 serving, and that's less than 1 gram of carbs. We're gonna make them in the air fryer, and this is like anything else. You can definitely customize it to your liking. The thing about this is, I'm just making this with stuff I had left over from making the pizza. Some people, once again, said, well, I can't have an appetizer because the carbs are too high, or I can't have an appetizer because maybe the calories are too high. So this might be a little bit lower in calories. There's no bread involved. So a lot of the snacking and the appetizers that are available to us may have hidden carbs. For example, someone might bring out a beautiful vegetable plate with cauliflower and carrots and celery and maybe some pickles and maybe even some radishes and a dip. Well, the dip, if it's just like ranch dressing, is probably okay. Any of it's gonna be okay. But what happens is a lot of times there's hidden carbs in there. Did they use a honey? Is it a honey barbecue sauce, for example? Is it something that might have carbs in there? Carrots are high in carbs. Anything that can really be mashed down is going to be high in carbs. Corn, apple, and that kind of stuff. So a lot of times people will be thinking of you and being nice to you and trying to accommodate your dietary needs, but actually it's not that good. Everybody says, David, if you want to lose weight and you want to be healthy, you got to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, which ordinarily would be absolutely right. However, if you also are a diabetic, then that would be a problem. Most diabetics must lose weight. A lot of people that must lose weight and are not a diabetic may soon become a diabetic if they don't lose weight. So it seems like almost every single one of the problems we have dietary wise, a little bit of weight loss might help. If you have high blood pressure, you may want to eat less of the things like the processed meats like we're used today, or fried foods, sodium for high blood pressure. If you have maybe your triglycerides are too high, your cholesterol is too high, you may need to cut back on some cheese and cut. So there's always different things that have to do with our diets. Blood sugar is going to be, so I didn't have any sugar today. I just had peanut butter sandwich and some chips. Well, the peanut butter sandwich is on white bread. There's a lot of carbs right there. The chips, they have a lot of carbs too. They also have sodium. So you have to be really careful that if you're a diabetic and you're on a keto diet, the sodium is usually not a problem, but how much sodium will be okay for things like high blood pressure. A lot of times we do something that's good for one thing, but it's bad for another. And then you do a good thing for the thing that you got the bad thing, and it's bad. So it kind of takes away the good you've done. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make this. I'll turn the camera around. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. This will be out on Saturday. This will be out. So we're gonna film it today. Today's not Saturday, but we will film today and have it on Saturday. We have a couple of other videos that are out. We have one that's out right now that just came out. We have that big one on making the pizza. Now, if you haven't seen what I'm talking about, making the pizzas in the air fryer, I showed people how to make a 10 net carb pizza using an air fryer and tortillas. So if you want to see that, a lot of people like that because they haven't had pizza in years. They said this really tastes like pizza, and I said it does to me as well. However, the crust situation, since there are so many different kinds of crust, of course there's a hand toss, like a traditional they throw in the air and they slap it out like this. That's like a traditional crust. Then they have a thin crust where they run it through a sheeter and it comes out really thin. Then they have a cracker crust that's even thinner than that. They have whole wheat crust. They have crust made out of cornmeal. They have pan crust, the big thick pan crust that you get at some people give the credit to the pan at Pizza Hut. They said they were the ones that created it. Is that true? Probably not. I don't know. Maybe it is. Who knows? Is it that the original? I don't know. But if you go back that way, or I'll put it down here too. These are low carb meals I make. This is like a low carb snack I would make. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it. I'll turn it around and I'll show you what we're gonna do. Okay, and we're back on. This is showing the area in which we're gonna make these little appetizer desserts. Now I'm gonna show you one thing about this that we had to use on this one. You don't have to use this. The air fryers have a basket inside. This is the basket, and it has, this is a screen inside the basket. Well, I can show it. It has a screen like this, see? And you could put this directly against the screen, but since it's gonna have the pepperonis be directly on here, and they get a little bit greasy, which is fine. The grease is a fat, and the fat's good for us as a diabetic. But I put some parchment paper, either parchment or sometimes they call it like freezer paper, any of those kind of papers like this. And you can just put it on there. And I poked some holes in. I don't know if you can see the holes I poked with a knife like this, so it doesn't blow around as much. It's going to blow around. Now I'm going to preheat this to 400. Now I'm just creating this now, so I'm not exactly sure how long it should go. It may not need to get to 400. 400 is for usually cooking like beef and that kind of stuff. These are already pre-cooked, so there's not really a problem with that. We're going to use two different kinds of cheese, just because I have two different kinds of cheese. Mozzarella and cheddar. If I was making this for, like, let's say a party, or I had to take it to a potluck, you got to take a appetizer or something to some kind of event, I'd probably make some with this cheese, some with this cheese, and some with both the cheeses on there together. So I'll probably just do it with both the cheeses on there together, because I know everybody here likes both those kinds of cheese. Now, for a dipping sauce, you can also use this. I use this for making the pizza, marinara sauce, or whatever you want. This is super low in carbs. This snack that we're gonna make today, without any of this sauce, would be less than a gram of carbs. If we added this to it, if you dipped a little bit of this in here, you're probably adding maybe 2. So maybe 2 to 3 grams of carbs for this. And that's no good. Okay, we're gonna have a change of plans. I took out the paper. The paper did go up into the heating element of the motor. Probably I could have put that underneath the screen. I've only used foil before, and I put the foil down around the edges of the screen. So I guess I could have done that, but it wasn't heavy enough to hold in place. Probably what I need to do is put the parchment paper in and then add the food to it immediately. I didn't think about that when I started to preheat it. Maybe I'll cut another piece real quick, or tear another piece and try it that way. It's supposed to be a little bit smaller than the screen, and since I'm kind of rushing it now, make sure if you're doing this, you don't go like Psycho in the movie and grab your fingers. Let's trim this down a little bit. Okay, we'll try that. Let's try this. We're gonna put these in here now. This will have weight, so it should hold it down, no problem. I think we can put about 4 at a time, which would be 1 serving. So we'll make this video all about making 1 serving of this. So we're just gonna lay the pepperonis in like so, and put some cheese in there. Now I don't know how long to do this for. We will have to kind of experiment with that. So cheddar cheese. On each one. This is sharp cheddar and just regular mozzarella. So I have no idea how it's gonna come out. This is a total experiment. Usually what I'll do is if I'm gonna make something, I'll make it first and try it. But not that well. Let's just see how it goes. We'll try it for 2 minutes, and then I'm sure it will not be done. And there it goes. So we will see what happens. If they come out good like this, we'll know about 2 minutes is the right time. Once again, like we talked about on the making the pizzas, the air fryer has a time gauge, a timer, and a heat gauge. That's all it has on there. So if you don't have a recipe and you're trying to create something yourself, like we created those pizzas, they say that a medium, or a large air fryer, yeah, it needs a little bit more. As you can see, they're not done. So that was 2 minutes. So probably about 4 minutes. Yeah, so we'll go 2 more minutes. But all air fryers are different. This one takes about 4 minutes to preheat. The larger ones can take, they say that the large take 4 minutes, the small ones take 2 to 3 minutes. Well, this is a medium, so it takes about 4 minutes. And we're going to go and heat these up and try to make 4. And then I'll take a photo of it, and then we'll have that out. And then we'll make some more after we finish filming the encounter of making this. And like I said, it's all by view. If you don't have a recipe that you're sticking to, remember about the danger zones of food. This is all cooked. This is food that's been cooked. The ingredients, yeah, so they're almost done. Let's go 1 more minute. 2 more minutes. It smells like pizza in here. But if you use the pizza sauce, you can just take a little cup, a little serving cup or whatever, and put some of that in there, or, whatever you want to use, and heat it up in the microwave. You can even, if you're in a hurry, you can put some on the side of the plate, heat up if you're doing just for eating purposes and not displaying it. But you can heat up some of the sauce, and that's just the one that someone gave me. So I have that sauce, and we would heat it up, put it on there, and we can do it that way. So let's see what they look like when this dings. Is it a watch pot never boils? Is it a watch air fryer never does whatever? We'll see. So this should be good. Now how I'm going to get it out of there, I don't know. I'll probably have to use a fork because they're going to be kind of quite difficult to lift out of there. I'm not sure. They may not be. I've never made this before. I'm just creating it as I'm going along. I have cooked in the air fryer where I use foil. They're done. See? Let's see how it's stuck down they got. Oh, not bad at all. Ooh, but hot. Okay, we'll turn it off. Now this, you definitely won't let that cool, or you'll burn the roof of your mouth. You know when you burn the roof of your mouth and you always find it with your tongue. Your tongue always seems to go to that burnt spot. And move that over. And the last one. It might have been easy just to use my hand. I don't know, this one might be stuck. This one did get a little stuck, so move over here. We got it. And there they are. Okay. Let's clean up the plate a little bit on the edge. And that's what they look like. I'm going to turn the camera around, or just turn it around like. Okay, and here they are. Let's tilt the camera down so you can see. And that's what they look like. Does it look yummy? So these are like this for it here, probably 2 to 3 net grams of carbs right here. And that's cheese and pepperoni. Have a great day, everyone. Hopefully you'll make some cheese and pepperoni in your air fryer. Do you use an air fryer? I asked people before like that. You want to leave some comments on things, maybe even suggestions that we can do, or tell me what you do in your air fryer. What do you cook in your air fryer? Some people use the air fryer to like heat up frozen foods. A lot of times when you buy a frozen dinner or whatever, it will have the instructions for doing the conventional oven or the microwave. They don't have air fryer. For a while, the air fryer is getting really, really popular, so I kind of thought they would start doing that. What's really, really popular is to subscribe. Please subscribe, please like, please share, and put your comments down below. What do you cook in your air fryer? What should we cook in our air fryer? Do you know any sneak secrets or hacks that we can do? Take care, everyone. Have a great day.